here, and yes, this is a completely different setup because my bed is very uncomfortable lately, so I've been on my floor. So in the background, you can see my bed, which is my usual, just moving stuff. Usual setup is right up there, so you can see all the Mark art, and then back there is a bunch of my other art, which there's my Banshee right there that's named Spitfire from a vacation that my mom went on. So today, I'm going to be doing a slime showing video, because like I said in my very first video, I was going to do a slime showcase. I was going to do slime videos. So, I did my very first slime video, which was making slime, which that slime is actually not in this because I added a lot of blue acrylic paint, and it kind of ruined the slime. So, you know, it's not here anymore. I think it is, I just don't know where it is, but it's ruined, so it's not good slime. So, yeah. So, most of my slimes have been melted, but I'm going to be fixing soon. So, that should be a good thing. So, I'm going to start off over here, because behind you, guys, is all of my slimes. And I have over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 slimes. And out of those 24, only 3 are store-bought. So, my first slime I'm going to start off with is my coffee slime. This is one that is not melted yet, so that's pretty lucky. So, it's just like coffee-colored slime that I made. And it's a good slime. But when my when one of my friends was over, we bought coffee at my, what are they called? Not a gas station, convenience store thing, a store thing where you can get, like, stuff, kind of like a gas station, just without the gas, you know. And we bought these coffees, and then I used them, and I'm going to make another one, and it's going to be a different kind of coffee. But this is just the regular vanilla cup that I used. And then, moving on with that, we have my first store-bought slime. This is not my very first one, this is just the first out of the 3 that I have. This one is it's a liquidy blue jelly type slime, but the problem is I left it out like my other slimes, like not left it out like open, I left it in my room, and for some reason my slimes melt when they're in my room, so it's all melted and stuff, but it's a pretty good slime. So, next up, hold on, I'm turning down my music because I don't want it to be too loud. Next up is my Floam slime. This is actually one of my favorite slimes that I have. You could say this is store-bought because this is the store-bought Floam that you can buy, and then it has the little container. And this is how much slime I was able to make out of it. One problem, though, is that the beads like to go on me because this slime is also melting. But it's a pretty good slime. It makes good noise. I actually have a slime account that I'm going to be posting, that I've been posting on. Not a lot, but some. You will find some of these slimes on that account. Not all of them, though, because Musical.ly isn't working for my phone, so can't really do those. But yeah, you can go follow all that on there. It's Slime DIYs 64, and then it's just that. And I have it on my regular Musical.ly account. You will find that I did post about it. Next up is one of my favorites. It's my cotton candy slime. This is also, we bought, this is the same store that we bought the coffee from. And when we finished the cotton candy, I used this to make pink slime. So if you look, it's like a nice pink color. And it's a good slime too. It's nice and stretchy. And there's a lot of it. I'm getting stuck with slime. There we go. So it's a good amount of slime. Because as you can see, it's a pretty big container. This was one of my biggest slimes until I made another slime a couple days ago. That's actually going to be my new favorite. But I still love this cotton candy one. Next to that is my friend's cotton candy container, which is actually going to be a smoothie slime container. In here we have a mixture of one of my green slimes, a bit of the cotton candy slime, a bit of my unicorn slime, which was also on my Musical.ly account. I didn't do like an actual Musical.ly thing because it was layered. It was pink, blue, white, and then it went in a pattern. Well, after a while it melted, and when it melted, it like didn't really melt, it like merged together, and so this mixture, like the color started mixing. So I have a couple pictures of it when I took it out, and then I mixed it all together, and it's now purple. But this is my somewhat what is it called? I just had the name, and then I totally just forgot about what it was. Now I'm stuck in slime. Dang it. Get off of me. So one problem I have with slimes is they like to stick on me, even when they're like... That was only on my leg. Luckily, it didn't get on my floor. But there was actually a lot more of this, but it's spilled all over one of my old blankets, so... Isn't that just great? Okay, so this is my smoothie slime, and it's one of my really good ones because I added like blue sparkles to it and stuff. There's a bit of white sparkles too. I'm trying to look at the sparkles, but it's actually a really nice slime. It turned out really good, I thought. And then next to that is another store-bought slime. I actually got this for Easter. It's a clear slime. It's supposed to be the ones that you make your own slime, and it has like the beads and it has the foam beads and stuff in it. But I didn't want to mix it because if you look at this slime, it's actually really pretty looking. Just regular. See, it's like really pretty. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's glittery. It's like a really nice shimmer to it, and it's really nice looking. So I didn't want to ruin it. I thought it looked good just as it was. So yeah, that's this one. I don't have a name for this one, sadly. Then off, this is one of my least favorite slimes I have. This is a store-bought slime. You may say, oh, it looks cool, right? It's like an ocean. That's not how it was when I bought it. I actually added one of my other white slimes to it, and then it made it like this cool looking thing. But originally it was just clear with sparkles, but if you see what I mean, it's one of those store-bought slimes that's just... yeah. When I was with my cousin Hannah, and and Pierce the Panda, we all went to the dollar store and we bought these. They were cool, but not really worth it, you could say. So, yeah. So this I'm just calling my, like, my sea slime. I had an ocean slime at one point, but then I mixed it with another slime on accident. I didn't mean to, it was an accident. Just dropped a bunch of slimes. Okay, this is what my unicorn slime is. It had, like, glitter tape on it, but it's coming off. As you can see, it has, like, up there, unicorn slime. This jar was actually full of a cookie mixture that Pierce the Panda had given me that was, like, a unicorn thing, and it was really cool. But this slime is not completely fixed. It's not fixed. It's not completely regular. It's a bit sticky, like a bit melted, but it's not as bad. I can still get it off my fingers pretty well. Not completely well, but pretty well. Get off. Okay, now it's being a pain. Got it. Okay. Kind of. Got it. But yeah, this is really, this is, I think, my very first slime that I've ever made that was, like, mixing colors and stuff like that. But I thought it was actually really good looking. I'm not a big fan of purple, but it was worth getting this color out of that because it was really pretty looking. Then, next to those is my 3 double layer of my mini slimes. This is Dot. Dot was in my Musical.ly. Dot is full of all the accessories that came with this, so it's full of, like, beads and gems and stuff like that. I would pull it out and show you guys, but this is melted. I think, like, almost all my slimes from this point are melted, except for maybe, like, 2 or 3 or 4, I think. So I'm not really gonna play with them. So this one is Dots. My friend, or Hannah, or my cousin, actually named this one. This is Ocean, what I was telling you guys about. As you can see, when it melted, the color and the glue separated, which is kind of weird. I'm going to open this without making it. Nope, never mind. It would have made a huge mess if I'd opened. This is Ocean. Ocean was originally this color, but I accidentally got like a green slime in it, so it mixed, and so I just kind of gave up on it. Now this is one of my foam slimes, which actually this has the foam beads from this in it, because I didn't want to put the foam beads in Dots. Stuff like that. This foam slime is way better than my other foam slime, this one, the green one, because it actually has, like, the actual, like, beads and stuff, like, the actual foam beads that are, like, meant to be in there, like, the big ones, see? So you have, like, the bigger ones in there. It's a bit melted, as you can see, but it's not like completely melted because of the beads. They, some reason, make it to where it doesn't really melt. Like, I have another slime that has clay in it that melted, but didn't melt to where it was sticky. It just made it better. It made it softer and stuff to where it was actually butter slime. Which, actually, speaking of that slime, it's right here. This is Snowflake. Snowflake has some glitter in it from one of my other slimes that is actually not in this because I lost it. Because when I would play with that slime, the glitter would stick to my hands like crazy. Because the slime was originally white, and I added so much glitter that it turned purple. Yeah, that's how much it was. It was like a lot of glitter. But this was what I would use to get all the glitter off my hands, would be this slime. So this is my butter slime. This is one of my favorites. I did a Musical.ly on this one, but it wasn't good because it wasn't melted yet. This is what happens after it's melted. The clay that I used was just the regular clay that you could buy like at Walmart. The what is it called, like the art clay that you can find that's by Crayola. The one that like everyone's like, it's not the best. Well, if you let your slime melt, it actually makes it like way better than regular. I've actually never played with like actual butter slime that's made out of the like the actual clay that you're supposed to put in it. I've never actually used that before. Because this was my first actual butter slime. And I used it, like a regular kitchen knife on it too, and it worked, and it was really cool. That's one of my favorite ones, with quality. On quantity-wise, it's the one that's coming up next. But yeah, so this was one of my favorites. It's actually one of my friend's favorites too. So this is called my Markiplier slime. And you may be like, why would you call it Markiplier? Well, I was trying to think, what would I name a slime? A big quantity of slime that I would love a lot. It's like, well, I love Mark, duh. So how about I name it that? It is not finished though because I'm missing the glitter that I need to add into it. So it's supposed to be red, right? But red paint and white glue like to make hot pink for some odd reason. But I also thought, well, it is a Markiplier slime. It makes sense because you guys know he's doing, or if you guys know, if you watch Mark, he's doing a Wharfstache sketch that he's in the middle of filming right now. And I was like, well, Wharfstache is associated with pink. So I wonder, it was like a good mistake that happened, not the best. Sorry, popping bubbles. Not the best mistake that, like, happened, but it was good. So I'm going to be adding, like, black glitter to it. Because, you know, he's kind of associated with, like, the color red and black. I don't know exactly why. I just kind of, like, when I think of him in colors, I think of, like, black and red. I think it's because of the knowing for the plaid. I don't know. I'm not very good at this. Don't comment about it, please. But if I were to take this out of the container, which is probably not going to be a good idea, it is absolutely huge. Like, it's hard to even hold. It's just, it's massive. Because it's the biggest size of Tupperware that you can get. And compared to, like, Snowflake, which was one of my bigger slimes when I first made it, it's so tiny. Or, like, compared to just the regular size one, it's, like, huge. It's literally so big. And you may be like, oh, but can't cotton candy be bigger? Or, like, the same? No, actually, it's not. Cotton candy only fills up to the brim of, like, this much. Like, this much compared to it. So it still has a lot more slime in it. And it was great. At one point, all these slimes, I'm going to be making more of them and be selling them. And if I make one this big, it's going to be around 30 to 40 because it's a lot of glue that was used. It literally took almost my whole gallon of glue. So it's almost about a gallon, and that's a lot. Because, like, I think, like, the gallon that I bought was, like, $50. So, you know, it's a fair price. Now, this is my green slime. It had a little frog charm in it. I think this is, yeah. This is another one of the ones that hasn't really melted yet. But it had a little frog charm that went with it, but I can't find the frog charm. I was going to post a Musical.ly with it, but when I went to go post it, it was the very first time that Musical.ly stopped working for me when I went to go post this slime on there. And it's a good slime. It's like jello-y. I actually have another slime that's called Jelly. Or is it called Jello? Is it called Jello or Jelly? I'll find out when I find it. But yeah, so it's nice slime. Pretty good. Now this is Pebbles. Pebbles is my very first attempt at like a crunchy slime. Pebbles has those, like those type of rocks that you can get. Let me pull one out. See, like these rocks. I'm trying not to get it on my blanket that's on the floor. But yeah, so Pebbles was pretty fun making. It was difficult mixing, very difficult mixing to say. But I like it. It's fun to play with, when it's not melted at least. Now this is my Valentine's Day slime that I did post about, I think. This one's not completely melted. Never mind, I shouldn't have touched it. But in there is, let me just close that so I don't spill it everywhere like I'm probably going to. As you can see, like, at the bottom, all the glitter's gone down there. There's, like, red beads that my grandma gave me that they're, like, really tiny. Then there's red glitter, and then there's these red, like, dot things that are, like, dots. They're not really dots. Like, you know, I can't explain them. They're, like, little sheets. Like, they're tiny little sheets, that are just, like, flat, but hard. I can't really explain things, I'm not very good at it. But yeah, that's my Valentine's Day slime that, of course, I made, I think like a day or two after Valentine's. I don't know. Then this is Bubblegum. Bubblegum, this is my very, very first slime I ever made. Bubblegum surprisingly hasn't melted, even though it's my first slime. But she's, it's like a pink slime with, really, like, hot pink, glitter in it. And to know that this slime is, like, over, like, 2 years old now, and it still is, like, a good slime, to know that this is good, these slimes are going to last, like, a long time. It's kind of why I'm willing to sell them, because, or not, like, the ones that I'm showing you, I'm not selling, because these ones are mine, but I'm willing to make some to sell, because I know that they're going to stay in a good quality, and if they melt, all you got to do is just add, Tide or Borax or your activator to them to fix them, and they're brand new. They're just exactly the same as they were when you get them. So that's kind of why I'm considering selling them, because they're actually worth selling. Then next to that is, I just bumped the camera. It bumped the camera. It's supposed to be like that. There you go. This is Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch was my second foam slime that I made after my green one, and it has the foam beads, but also has blue glitter in it, as you can see. It's one of my favorite foam slimes because I really liked it. This one also has a Musical.ly post on it. But I have to be careful because the beads will fall out. Not as bad as the green one is, though. Originally, this one was worse, but now it's becoming the green one's worse. Trying to get all the beads off of me, God. Alrighty, 17 minutes in. Good job. I still have a bunch of slimes, not really. Now this is Raspberry. Raspberry is one of my favorite scented ones, because, actually, I didn't even mention this. This one is scented green apple. Good to know, right? Then this is Raspberry. Raspberry is, it's so delicious smelling. It's a raspberry scent, of course, and it's really good, and I really love this one. But the problem is, as you can see, those white spots are not intentional. That's the glue and the paint separating. Sorry, it's glitching out. There, now it's working. But, yeah, it's just separated, and so my camera's glitching a lot. There we go, is that working now? Okay. But yeah, it's separated and stuff. That's what all my slimes have been doing, is the color and the glue are separating as it's melting. Now this is Jelly. This is my cousin's favorite slime. Jelly is, sadly, very much well melted. Jelly is a mostly water-based slime. It's those really jelly ones. That's why it's called Jelly. Or Jello ones, technically. But it's like a light teal color. I don't know why I made it that color. I just did. I love blue, so why not? But it's one of my cousin's favorite ones, because it's really fun to play with. But, of course, it melted, so she's upset about that. This is Cereal. Cereal was one of the ones that I loved taking the beads and stuff out of. It's very sticky still, though, but let me take one of the cereal pieces out. And it's sticking to me. There we go. They're Orbeez. It's just slime filled with Orbeez, colorful Orbeez, and I call it cereal slime because it's colorful Orbeez in a white-based slime. So it's like cereal. The one thing, though, is that there's clear Orbeez in there, and there's not usually clear-colored cereal, so it's one problem. And after that is one of this, it's really cool because I love the way the glitter turned out, and it's Galaxy Slime, as you can see at the bottom. You can see all, like, the glitter and stuff, and I'm going to have to lift the camera up for this part. Unless it's not going to work for me. Sorry, the slimes, when they're like this, it's so difficult to take care of him and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna take